Imagine launching a luxury wine brand on a day that's deeply personal yet tied to painful memories for your family. Now picture turning down every major TV show begging to promote it. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, right? Welcome to Meghan Markle's latest move. Her new wine venture, Love Meghan, has sparked outrage, confusion, and endless questions. Why launch on Princess Diana's birthday? Why snub major media outlets like ITV's This Morning and BBC's Saturday Kitchen? And why is Netflix the powerhouse behind her reportedly pulling their hair out? This isn't just a wine launch. It's a masterclass in controversy. Today, we're diving into the shocking decisions behind Meghan's billion-dollar gamble, the royal family fallout, and what it means for her brand's future. Buckle up, because this story is juicier than a Napa Valley vintage, and we're spilling all the tea. From her refusal to control the narrative to the whispers of a billionaire dream gone wrong, we'll uncover why Meghan's latest move might be her biggest misstep yet. So grab a glass and let's toast to the drama. Stick around as we break down the choices, the stakes, and the jaw-dropping reactions shaking up the royal spotlight. Meghan Markle, once a celebrated actress and now a former royal, has never shied away from the spotlight. Since stepping back from royal duties in 2020, she and Prince Harry have built a media empire, from Netflix deals to Spotify podcasts, aiming to redefine their legacy. But their ventures haven't always hit the mark. The Spotify podcast archetypes fizzled out after one season, and their Netflix projects, while high-profile, have faced mixed reviews. Now, Meghan's latest endeavor, a wine brand called Love Meghan, is stirring up a storm before it even hits shelves. The launch set for Princess Diana's birthday has raised eyebrows. Diana, Harry's late mother, remains a global icon, and her memory is sacred to many, including Harry, who's often spoken out against those exploiting her legacy. The timing feels like a misstep, especially given Harry's vocal stance on protecting his mother's memory. Adding fuel to the fire, Meghan's promotional strategy is baffling. Major UK shows like Sunday Brunch, Saturday Kitchen, and ITV's This Morning platforms that could have boosted her brand offered to feature her wine. These are shows with millions of viewers, perfect for a splashy debut. Yet Meghan declined every offer, refusing to send samples or appear even virtually. This echoes her past moves, like shutting down Instagram comments to control criticism, but it's a risky play. Netflix, her financial backer, is reportedly frustrated, as this launch was meant to be a cornerstone of her billionaire brand ambitions. The wine, slapped with a Love Meghan label, is pitched as a premium product, but without media exposure, it's a gamble. Sources suggest Meghan wants buyers to experience it blindly, hoping word of mouth will drive sales. But in a crowded luxury market where perception is everything, this approach could backfire. The stage is set for a high-stakes drama, with Meghan's choices under scrutiny and the royal family shadow looming large. What's driving her decisions, and why is she risking it all on this unconventional path? Meghan Markle's wine launch is more than a business venture. It's a bold, polarizing statement that's unraveling in real time. The decision to launch Love Meghan on Princess Diana's birthday isn't just a scheduling quirk, it's a calculated move that's backfiring spectacularly. Harry has long criticized those who profited off his mother's name, yet Meghan's choice to tie her brand to this emotionally charged date feels tone-deaf to many. Sources close to the couple suggest Meghan saw it as a tribute, a way to honor Diana's legacy while spotlighting her own entrepreneurial flair. But the public isn't buying it. Social media, especially on X, is buzzing with reactions from fans defending her empowering move to critics, calling it a crass exploitation of Diana's memory. One user posted, "Harry slams the press for using Diana, but Meghan's wine on her birthday hypocrisy." Much the backlash is palpable, and it's not just royal watchers. Wine enthusiasts and casual observers are weighing in, questioning the optics. Then there's the refusal to engage with major media. Shows like Sunday Brunch, Saturday Kitchen, and ITV's This Morning didn't just offer airtime. They were ready to roll out the red carpet. These platforms, with their massive UK audiences, could have shaped the narrative, giving Meghan a chance to pitch Love Meghan as a premium must-have product. Instead, she's opted for a walled garden approach, demanding consumers buy the wine before tasting it. This mirrors her broader strategy of narrative control seen in her curated Instagram and limited press access during her royal days. But in the wine industry, where trust and buzz are currency, this is a risky bet. Experts estimate that 70% of new wine brands rely on pre-launch media to build hype. Meghan's snub could alienate tastemakers who drive trends. One industry insider noted, "You don't launch a luxury product in a vacuum. No samples, no interviews. It's like she's daring the market to reject her." Netflix, the financial muscle behind Love Meghan, is reportedly livid. The streaming giant, led by Ted Sarandos, banked on this launch to cement Meghan's status as a lifestyle mogul. After the lukewarm reception to her previous ventures, Archetypes barely cracked Spotify's top charts, and her Netflix docuseries, while watched, didn't shift cultural needles. This was meant to be a slam dunk. Sources say Netflix poured millions into production marketing and branding, expecting Meghan to leverage her star power. Her refusal to play ball has left XX scrambling. An insider leaked Ted's team is asking why they're funding a project she won't promote. It's a PR nightmare. The wine itself, described as a Napa Valley-inspired blend, carries a premium price tag rumored at $100 per bottle. Without tastings or endorsements, convincing consumers to splurge is an uphill battle. Meghan's defenders argue she's rewriting the playbook, bypassing traditional gatekeepers to build a direct-to-consumer empire. Her team claims the wine's exclusivity is the point. Buyers must trust the Love Meghan brand, blindly creating a cult-like allure. But this strategy hinges on unwavering fan loyalty, which even Meghan's base may not deliver. Her Spotify podcast lost steam partly because listeners found it disconnected, and her Netflix projects leaned heavily on royal gossip rather than substance. The wine launch feels like a repeat, high on ambition, low on execution. Critics point out that successful celebrity brands like George Clooney's Casamigos tequila thrived on media charm and accessibility. Meghan's approach, by contrast, feels elitist, almost defiant. The royal angle adds another layer. Harry's public comments about protecting Diana's legacy clash with Meghan's launch timing, creating a narrative of internal conflict. Some speculate Harry wasn't fully on board, with one source claiming he cringed at the announcement. Whether true or not, the perception of disunity weakens their brand. Meanwhile, UK media, often critical of the couple, is having a field day. Outlets like The Sun and Daily Mail are framing the launch as Meghan's billionaire delusion, pointing to her past failures as evidence she's out of touch. The numbers don't lie. Archetypes peaked at 7 on Spotify's US charts, but plummeted within weeks, and her Netflix deal, while lucrative, hasn't produced a breakout hit. Love Meghan was supposed to change that, but the early signs are grim. Wait, could Meghan's gamble actually work? Is she playing a long game we're all missing? Let's dig deeper into what this means for her Harry and the royal brand's future. Meghan Markle's wine launch isn't just a product debut, it's a case study in branding control and miscalculation. Let's break it down. First, the stakeholders: Meghan, Harry, Netflix, and the public. Meghan's driving the bus, positioning Love Meghan as her ticket to billionaire status. Her vision is clear. She wants to be a lifestyle mogul like Gwyneth Paltrow, whose Goop empire thrives on exclusivity and aspiration. But unlike Goop, which courts media to amplify its quirky allure, Meghan's strategy is insular. By rejecting outlets like Sunday Brunch and This Morning, she's betting on her personal brand to carry the wine. This assumes a level of trust she hasn't fully earned. Her podcast, Archetypes, for instance, drew 1.4 million listeners per episode at its peak, but lost 60% of its audience by the finale per Spotify data. Her Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, pulled 28 million households in its first month, but faced criticism for lacking depth. These numbers suggest her fan base, while loyal, isn't infinite. Expecting consumers to shell out $100 for an untested wine without tastings or reviews is a gamble that could alienate even her staunchest supporters. Harry's role is murkier. His public stance on protecting Princess Diana's legacy, evident in his 2021 Oprah interview where he lambasted media exploitation, makes the launch timing a PR landmine. If he's uneasy, as some sources claim, it signals tension in their partnership. This isn't just personal, it's professional. Their joint brand Archewell relies on unity, and any perceived rift could erode trust. Imagine the optics: Harry defending Diana's memory, while Meghan's wine label launched on Diana's birthday screams commercialization. It's a narrative the UK press, already hostile, is devouring. Headlines from the Express and Daily Mail have racked up millions of views, framing Meghan as opportunistic. This hurts Archewell's credibility, especially as it pivots to philanthropy and media. Netflix is the biggest loser here. The streamer invested heavily, rumored at $20 million for the Love Meghan launch, including production and marketing. They expected Meghan to leverage her global fame, much like their successful Obama-backed projects. But her refusal to engage media undermines their ROI. Wine sales rely on buzz, and Netflix knows it. Casamigos tequila, backed by George Clooney, sold for $1 billion in 2017 after relentless media tours and celebrity endorsement. Meghan's approach, by contrast, feels like a snub to the industry playbook. Netflix execs, per insider leaks, are questioning their commitment. If Love Meghan flops, it could cool their $100 million deal with Archewell, already strained by lackluster output. The public's reaction is split, but trending negative. X posts show a 70-30 split in sentiment, with critics outnumbering defenders. Fans praise Meghan's bold move, citing her right to reclaim her narrative. But detractors, wine bloggers, royal fans, and casual observers call it a misstep. A prominent wine critic tweeted, "No samples, no credibility. Good luck selling $100 bottles on name alone." The luxury wine market is brutal. 80% of new brands fail within 2 years per vinipair. Meghan's banking on exclusivity, but without endorsements or media buzz, she risks joining the 80%. Her past ventures suggest a pattern: bold launches, weak follow-through. Archetypes cancellation, and her shelved Netflix cooking show point to a disconnect between ambition and execution. Then there's the Diana factor. The birthday launch isn't just insensitive, it's a strategic error. Diana's fans, a global army, see it as crass. A YouGov poll from 2024 showed 65% of Brits view Diana's legacy as untouchable. Meghan's move alienates this group, who might have otherwise been curious about her brand. It also hands ammunition to critics who paint her as out of touch. The impact: a tarnished brand before the first bottle ships. So why is Meghan doubling down on this risky strategy? Is it hubris, genius, or something else entirely? Let's explore the bigger picture and what it means for her empire. Meghan Markle's wine launch doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's part of a larger saga of celebrity branding, royal reinvention, and public scrutiny. Let's zoom out. The trend of celebrities entering the beverage market is hardly new. George Clooney's Casamigos tequila, Ryan Reynolds' aviation gin, and even Post Malone's Maison. No! 9 Rows have capitalized on star power to dominate shelves. These brands succeeded by leaning into media accessibility. Think Clooney's charming late-night show appearances or Reynolds' cheeky social media campaigns. Meghan's approach, by contrast, defies this playbook. Her refusal to engage with platforms like Saturday Kitchen or This Morning mirrors a broader shift in how modern celebrities control their image. But it's a high-risk move. In 2024, 65% of celebrity-backed products relied on pre-launch media buzz to break through, per Forbes. Meghan's strategy harks back to older pre-social media eras, when exclusivity alone could drive demand, but today's market demands transparency and relatability. Historically, the royal family has navigated commercial ventures with caution. Princess Diana, while a global icon, never launched a product tied to her name, though her image was exploited posthumously by others, something Harry has fiercely criticized. The current royals, like King Charles with his Organic Duchy Originals brand, succeed by aligning with public values, sustainability in his case, and maintaining media goodwill. Meghan's launch tied to Diana's birthday feels like a misread of this delicate balance. It evokes comparisons to the 1997 controversy, when Diana's memorial fund faced backlash for licensing her name to merchandise. The public's reaction then as now was protective. 60% of Brits in a 1,997 BBC poll opposed commercializing her legacy. Meghan's move risks reigniting that sentiment, positioning her as an outsider exploiting royal cachet. Regionally, the UK is a tough market for Meghan. Her relationship with the British press has been fraught since her 2016 entry into royal life. The Sun and Daily Mail, with combined daily readerships of over 10 million, have framed her as divisive, a narrative that intensified after her 2021 Oprah interview. The wine launch snubbing UK media fuels this fire. X posts from UK users show 75% negative sentiment, with comments like "she's burning bridges, she'll need later." In the US, her base is stronger. 40% of Americans view her favorably per a 2024 Gallup poll, but even their wine bloggers and influencers are skeptical, citing her lack of industry cred. Globally, her appeal is polarizing, strong in markets like Canada and Australia, weaker in Europe, where royal loyalty runs deep. The broader cultural context is also telling. We're in an era where authenticity reigns. Consumers, especially Gen Z and millennials, who make up 60% of luxury wine buyers, crave connection. Brands like Kylie Jenner's Sprinter Vodka thrived by leveraging Instagram live tastings and influencer partnerships. Meghan's closed-off approach, shutting down Instagram comments and bypassing media, feels like a relic of a bygone era. It's a stark contrast to Harry's own media-savvy moments, like his 2023 Spare Book Tour, which sold 1.4 million copies in its first week by embracing interviews. The disconnect suggests a strategic split, with Meghan prioritizing control over connection. What happens next for Meghan Markle's Love Meghan wine brand? Let's explore the possibilities. Scenario 1. The launch flops. Without media buzz or influencer endorsements, Love Meghan could struggle to gain traction in the crowded luxury wine market. Data from Wine Spectator shows 80% of new wine brands fail within 2 years, often due to poor visibility or lack of consumer trust. Meghan's refusal to provide samples to outlets like Sunday Brunch or This Morning limits early reviews, which are critical. 70% of wine purchases are influenced by critic scores or media coverage. If sales tank, Netflix may pull back, reevaluating their $100 million Archewell deal. This could dent Meghan's billionaire ambitions, forcing a pivot to smaller-scale projects or a return to philanthropy to rebuild credibility. Public perception, already divided, could sour further, especially in the UK, where 65% of people view her unfavorably per a 2024 YouGov poll. A flop might also strain her partnership with Harry, amplifying rumors of discord over the Diana birthday timing. Meghan pulls off an upset. Her direct-to-consumer model, while risky, could tap into a loyal fan base willing to pay $100 per bottle for exclusivity. If early buyers rave online, creating organic buzz on platforms like X, Love Meghan could carve a niche, much like Rihanna's Fenty Beauty leveraged cult loyalty. X posts show 30% of users defend Meghan's bold move, and a viral TikTok campaign could amplify this. Success would validate her strategy, proving she can bypass traditional media. Netflix would double down, potentially greenlighting more Archewell projects. However, this hinges on flawless execution, high-quality, wine-savvy social media, and no further PR missteps. Even then, the Diana controversy could linger, alienating royal fans. A middle ground. Love Meghan might see modest sales driven by her US and Canadian fans, but fail to break globally. This would keep the brand afloat, but not at the billionaire level Meghan envisions. Netflix might tolerate this, but with tempered expectations, pushing for more collaborative projects. Meghan could course-correct by engaging influencers or select media, softening her control-first approach. The royal backlash would persist but fade over time, especially if Harry publicly supports the venture. This scenario seems most likely given her past ventures' mixed results. Archetypes peaked at 1.4 million listeners, but fizzled, and her Netflix series drew 28 million viewers but lacked staying power. Meghan Markle's Love Meghan wine launch is a high-stakes gamble that sparked global chatter from X to tabloid headlines. The decision to launch on Princess Diana's birthday, coupled with her refusal to engage major media like This Morning and Saturday Kitchen, has painted her as both bold and reckless. While her vision of a billionaire lifestyle brand is ambitious, the execution shunning tastings, alienating critics, and risking Netflix's patience could spell disaster. The numbers don't lie. 80% of new wine brands fail without media buzz, and Meghan's past ventures like Archetype's 60% listener drop show her fan base isn't bulletproof. Yet there's a chance her exclusivity bet could pay off, tapping into loyal fans craving a piece of her story. The Diana controversy, though, looms large, threatening to overshadow any success and strain her partnership with Harry. Whether it's a flop, a niche hit, or a muted middle ground, love Meghan is a defining moment for Meghan's empire and Archewell's future. So what's your take? Is Meghan a visionary rewriting the rules, or has she misjudged the market and her royal ties? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everyone. And if you're as hooked on this drama as we are, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more deep dives into celebrity moves and royal shakeups. Next up, we're tackling another blockbuster story. Will Harry's next memoir reignite the royal feud? You won't want to miss it. Share this video with your friends and let's keep the conversation going. Cheers to the drama, and we'll see you in the next one.